Hi everyone, I'm Jack the Rambling Raconteur here with Book 22 in the Odyssey by Homer. Absolute dynamite, incredible action set piece, also incredibly violent and elliptical full circle for many of the characters we've been introduced to by Homer. But the opening is absolutely astonishing. The way that Odysseus is described leaping up, spreading the arrows out at his feet. The first to die is Antinous, and the description Homer gives of exactly how the arrow hits Antinous as he's drinking, the way that as he falls, he kicks the table over and spills food out on the floor, and like the food and the banquet, in a sense, with the first death, the banquet is over because the food and such is described landing in the dust, and it's got the blood from Antinous. And so in a way, it's clear on so many levels that everything has changed for the suitors. Odysseus then, continues to, like, he kills Eurymachus, Telemachus and Eumaeus and Pythias. Telemachus brings the armor. They start putting on, and Odysseus continues to fire arrows. It really is an action set piece. One of the moments in the Odyssey where it recalls the brilliant action set pieces described in the Iliad. But there's an interiority. We're told about the strategy around. They've got to protect this door. They've got to, keep them away from the suitors away from a certain door. Send someone. The suitors are trying to send somebody to get the armor, and Melanthius, and so that whole interaction is really interesting. There's a high level of drama. We know Odysseus is going to be successful. Athena is there to protect him and is helping sort of ward the spears. The way that the duel between Achilles and Hector had been described. But Odysseus very much is having to commit the violence on his own. And then afterwards, there's the description of, we get the detail about the bard not being killed by Odysseus, and Telemachus, the guy who had helped raise him, also being saved. But then Telemachus and Odysseus, order the murder of the 12 women, the execution of the 12 women who had slept with the suitors, but who had also, participated with them. And it's described how they clean everything, how Odysseus and the suitors have befouled everything, and now he watches over as the women are forced to clean it. And in a sense, like, Penelope will now be invited down to see him in his glory. He has spoken to his nurse. But it's even having read this nearly 30 years ago at this point, rereading it in the interim, this book continues to be just an absolute jewel in classical literature. Really enjoying this. Thanks.